if you are conducting proper dining, you need a fork, you need a knife, you need a spoons and all that. And these are we call blank. There are blank on the table. Therefore, you could simply dig in and eat. Let's say you're having a steak and you need a fork and knife. And after you finish your main dish, you are going to, let's say, eat dessert, then you need a new fork. And these are we call silverware, or another word is blank. Number 2. The other day, I bumped into my old friend. I'm just making these things up, okay? It's not the real story. And I noticed her, and hey, how are you? How have you been? And like she has changed so much, right? So I could really see her face look different, and her even entire look is totally different. So there has been some kind of blank change that we could see the difference, clear differences. So I could totally say that, wow, you look different, and I can't even recognize you. And there has been a blank change in her life, and I could totally see the difference. That's number 2. A week ago, my friend went to Australia, and she was actually just very excited to go to Australia. And she was asking me what kind of clothing she should prepare. I said, I mean, you should be okay. It's not like they're actually having a completely different weather. But actually, when you go to Australia, since they are actually crossing the equator, we're talking about South Korea is geographically located in the north flank, and Australia is located in blank, the south blank, and therefore we have a different weather season. Yeah, it is 11 letters. It is 11 letters. The previous class, I was talking about you need to really inject or consume the proper various good nutrients to really just help your body grow and also properly work for your daily kind of activities. If you stop doing whatever, let's say, is sleeping properly or eating properly or just going to the bathroom properly, your body will stop blank. And you don't want that to happen. If, let's say, you're suffering from insomnia, you're just lacking a proper sleeping, then your body will like remember like how many hours you didn't really just like sleep that day, and we call this sleeping deficit. And our body will just stop blank, and you can't really think of the words on time, and your body, your limbs and whole body, you feel like you're not really working properly, and that's not really a beautiful situation. Number 5. This could be very kind of straightforward question to someone else, or what is your blank when it comes to choosing right restaurant or place to visit, or even like how you like your steak. Everyone has some kind of like slightly better ways to go to, and they simply like it better. Therefore, my blank, let's say even you go on a trip and you have to just be on the airplane, then some people just want to sit on the aisles, and some people want to sit by the windows, right? And then many people have a different kind of blank, and you could really ask for your better choice. I noticed that mother is very blank figure in every house, because she's the one who really makes the very clear decision and big decision for her children, and also even she shows like very kind of nurturing leadership among the family members. Therefore, all the family members, they have to listen to her somehow, and she is really the kind of top of, let's say, the hierarchy system in the house, and she is the most blank figure in the family, you can say that. Around June, what's the date? June 3rd, we're gonna have an election. Do you know that? Do you go to school that day? On Wednesday, it's a June 3rd. Do you go to school? You don't know? We call 지방선거. You don't know whether you go to school or not? Anyway, since we're talking about election, choosing the right person to really send the legislature soon, and whoever really represents your interest, and we have to just make a right call, right? And whether they are genuine or even they are too really just kind of like superficial fake one, you need to look at how they really just present themselves in the public, how they really just present their policy or how they speak to the public. And when you look at how they talk, you can kind of tell whether they are a little too blank, meaning they are making the small tiny little thing to be the greater than it is. And let's say they have done certain task and they said, oh, you know what, because due to the work that I have done, you guys have really earned this amount of money, and which is not that really accurate. But the politicians, they tend to really make things bigger than it is. We can say that they are too blank, which we cannot really give a full credit for what they have done. We are conducting high school level of, let's say, Lincoln Douglas style of debate. And we divided two different teams, whether you are for the banning all the kind of like capturing wild animals in the zoo or not. You have to really present the blank arguments. Therefore, the opponents, they got convinced or persuaded by your blank arguments. When it comes to debate, your sharp statements and the research and the blank arguments will really will be the biggest weapons to defeat your opponents. And otherwise, you are just gonna keep talking the same things, and you are going to, let's say, jump on the gun and just doing some kind of hasty generalization, or you're appealing for the emotion, which is very, very far from the sophisticated level of the debate. You need to really present the blank arguments to win the debate.